Everybody acting shallow now, big bro. They wildin' out, conceited. You're at the table now, prepare to place a starving fam. 100 honest, tired of the cheering of the nonsense. Though they all fans, it ain't cool, time to redecorate and make room, all love, bro. From Baltimore to Brooklyn, I put that on your Timberlands. Now the picture clear and you focused in. Time to hop in, photoball, talk to him, con. I talk to him, I talk to him, con. Talk to him, I talk to him, con. Talk to him, I talk to him, con. Talk to him, talk to him.
What's going on, y'all? It's Talk to Him Con, and I'm back with another edition of Talk to Him Con. Well, let me get everything out the way. You can contact me at 83 Conway on Instagram or at Talk to Him Con on Instagram. TalkToomcon. Let's get that out the way now. If you want to debate, if you want to say something about it, definitely reach me there. I definitely always respond back to anybody. I'm not a person that won't respond. Now, what I'm coming to you with is the BET Awards. The BET Awards was actually nice from what I've seen in the past. I haven't watched it in a couple years. Wasn't really interested based off the music. But when I heard Mary J. Blige was going to be there, they were honoring her, I had to watch because I knew she was going to kill the police. Now, if you didn't watch the BET Awards, I know you're on social media and you heard about Nipsey Hussle's mother and her speech. I throw my hands up because now it's bringing a divide between people. And for me, I really think that a lot of people just saying they understand what she was saying because it's Nipsey's mother. If it was someone else's mother that people really didn't respect, I really think that they would be like, get her out of here. For me, for losing somebody like that close to me, I haven't lost a child, thank God, but I've lost my mother. And that hurts. So I can actually understand where her mom probably is at. Now with the spirituality part, I understand where her mind is at as well. Because my grandmother, my aunt, my mother, even though my mother was in Christianity, Baptist, she still believed in the higher power of the outer body. But she always said she was going to dance with her Lord. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, if you want to believe it or not, or you want to say that it's different, spirituality and Christianity are similar, depend on the devotion of Christianity you're in. Now, spirituality is the measure of how willing you are, you allow grace, some greater powers than yourself to enter your life and, guide you along your way. So your whole energy is, believing in yourself. Now, religion is a specific set of organized, beliefs and practices, and you have to go inside of a building and shared by a community or groups that way. And that is different because spirituality, you don't have to go inside those walls. You can actually go to a beach, go to a park, stay in your house and be spiritual and, want to be one with the earth, want to be one with, the gods and be kind and nice to people. Now, like I said, it is more of an individual practice, and it has to do with having a sense of peace and purpose. Now, when you look at Nipsey, he definitely always had a sense of peace, and he had a purpose of why he wants to be here. Now, this is why I say it's similar a little bit to Christianity and the devotions of like a Baptist or a Nazarene, because for the simple fact they definitely want you to, if you're not even in the church, be one with yourself, be peaceful, have a purpose, and things like that. Only thing is, spirituality doesn't have a faith. When people say it's a religion, is because it's not a religion as Christianity. Yes, you're right. But spirituality is a form of a religion of yourself. It's something that you believe in. Religion is just something that you believe in. Religion is just something that you believe in. You believe in a higher power. You believe that's what that is, and that's what spirituality is. It's just a belief. Now, his mother did say some other stuff on there that I feel she started rambling. And I don't care how you feel about it, she started rambling. And the girl falling with the big titties, and she told her move her car in a half crescent. Now, if you heard higher, Nipsey also referred to the half a crescent, which does mean complete. But it's like, I just feel like she's rambling right now. I don't think that she should say something, because she still have to grieve. No matter how spiritual you are, you just lost a child. And when you look at Lauren London and his sister, it looks like they're hurting as well, but they're not saying too much. I know it's his mother and everything like that, but sometimes people have to let them know, like, hey, don't say nothing today. Chill out. Be calm. Because you're rambling. And a person like myself, I know, I relived when my mother died several days, several months after we buried her. And I couldn't get out of that. I couldn't get out of my way. And I was trying to live that higher beam, because that's what she taught me. That's what my grandmother taught me. That's what my aunt taught me. To have a purpose, live with a sense of peace, spirituality. And it didn't work. It didn't work. And it almost took me down a road of of destruction. I started drinking alcohol real heavy, but by the grace of another spiritual woman in my life, my love of my life, my kid's mother, I was able to rebuild myself. Bumps and bruises there, but I credit her with me still being here today. And I agree that I love her to death, because at that time I was destroying myself and destroying her, because I did not know how to get out of my own way. I forgot that practice of higher mind, higher spirit, higher learning. But also, I'm a human. I'm still here in the flesh. Spirituality sometimes do have you feeling a little bit different than you are. But, spirituality offers a liberation and a knowledge that, as long as one freedom to think for oneself, one will always have the freedom to positively, influence the lives of others through love and kindness. And that's what my mother did. My mother slept on the concrete with, the homeless. My mother, literally slept on the concrete with them with a blanket while I'm home in a bed. She did that to help raise, money for certain things. Because of my mother and a couple other people is the reason why the homeless did get a homeless hospital here in Baltimore and things like that, because of her growth with the spirits and with the love of her higher power. Now, within this, spirituality, it's, a relationship between heart and mind, and there's a deep-rooted understanding that, simplifies existence and removes, mental suffering and surrounding, constant completion, the grass. But like I said, when I was going through that with my mother, I was dying because sometimes, no matter how, in tune to self, how in tune to the higher powers, how in tune, you're still in the flesh. And believe it or not, your flesh can destroy you, but while your flesh is destroying you, it mentally is destroying your spirit. I mean, I know a lot of people probably like, yo, this motherfucker crazy, but I'm just telling you a little bit, just telling you a little bit of how I felt. And I just felt, though, that she shouldn't have said anything at all. But, it was an award for our son. But it wasn't she didn't say anything about our son. But the thing that she felt, they had a connection. And, she knew he was gone, and the officer's name was Resurrection. And but the way she went about it, she started rambling, which took away from a message that she was trying to go, because she didn't know how to speak on it clearly, because she's still hurting. Now, a lot of people like, well, religion destroyed us, and it was brought here by, when brought here by the white man to destroy our minds, take away so they can control us, and blah, 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 whoop. Some of these people that are saying this don't even practice this. Some of these people who are saying this don't do their chants. Some of these people that are saying this don't look out for others. So stop speaking spirituality if you're not doing what spirituality is saying that it's for. You're not freeing yourself. If you was freeing yourself, a lot of the stuff that you post, a lot of the stuff that, you reach for the attention for, you wouldn't be posting it. A lot of the hurt that you feel, you wouldn't post it, because if you were a spiritual person as his mother, you would be trying to go down that same line as, oh, I know he's dead, but everyone has to die sometime. But that's where we seen Kanye come in at. He never grieved his mother's death. And then we turned on him because we're like, he's crazy. But his mother, this man's mother, Nipsey Hussle's mother, is going down that same path. But because she's a spiritual person, and because she's Nipsey's mother, we looking at it as, oh, she's good. She's okay. She can destroy you with our mind. But if you're a spiritual person like you say you are, you can look inside of Nipsey's mother's facial and her body and her aura. She's hurting. She wants to get out of that limelight for that moment and grieve. She wants to grieve peacefully, because in a spiritual person, like I said, it's yourself. You have to grieve. And she's not grieving. You can tell she's not, because she starts rambling. It's hurting her inside. No matter how tough you are, later on down the line, we're going to probably hear bad things. And I pray we don't. But like I was saying about the whole, the slavery thing, but, slaves had spiritual songs. Follow the drinking gourd. Let me look up, because I remember a lot of them from Down Goes Moses. Let us break bread together. Swing low, sweet chariot. Steal away. Wade in the water. They made it into a go-go. Song of the Free. And like they had these songs, but when you listen to them, yeah, they were speaking about a higher power, but they were also relaying it to a God that they believed in. A higher power. The spirituality is thinking of a higher power. The earth, everything that makes that. So at the end of the day, man, I just feel as though like people tend to start shitting on religion because they supposed to be spiritual. And then saying, oh, this and that. But, the Holy Spirit is referred to as the Lord and the giver and the life of, the life in the Nisa Creed, and he's the creator spirit, and then you have Jesus Christ, like the Spirit, the Father, God the Father, like the Spirit. You have those spirits, and it was crazy because if you look at it, God is a spirit. And only thing is, that spirit was attached to a faith, not a religion first. Well, a faith and a religion is basically the same, but it was attached to a religion because of the faith. But spirituality is attached to a religion in its own. You can say it's not, but it's a religion of its own. And religion is basically just, it can be like a center part of one's identity. The word religion comes from the Latin word that means tie, to tie or bind together. So if I'm tying or bind together, it's because one purpose, self-purpose, mind free. I'm tying things together. I'm making sure that everything that I'm doing is within the spirit, but people frown upon it because it comes with a faith and a religion. And it comes with like different rituals, but participating in different rituals. But when you're spiritual and you're chanting, that's a religion. That's like a ritual. You're chanting. You're hitting the gong. You're letting the incense and stuff like that flow, and you're releasing. That's a ritual. So a lot of y'all need to understand what spirituality and religion is before you start talking. And the crazy thing about it is I don't have to do no research on it because it was, installed into me when I was a child. Growing up, all religions was installed to me as a child. Islam, Christianity, Buddhism, now spirituality. It was installed to me when I was younger, so you can't tell me anything that I don't have to look stuff up. I know it. I can tell you the Bible back of my hand. I might be a hoodlum. I might be part of the streets. I might be messing up. I might have, fuck ups. But I can tell you this. I can get right before you get right. And being a spiritual person, choose the highest priority. It is loving yourself and others. Like I said, most of y'all saying y'all love yourself, but y'all don't love others. Some of y'all don't love yourselves. So when you speak on spirituality, make sure you love yourself and others before you speak on something. A lot of people come to me because my spirituality, I love myself and I love others. People come to me because they know they can get that help. They can get that conversation because I love myself and others. And a spiritual person just cares about people, animals, the planet, and strives to be a kind person, which, like I said, some of y'all not. And the spiritual person knows that we all are one. We all are one. Let me say this shit again. We all are one, and consciously attempts to honor, this oneness. Like, so, if you're spirituality, if you're spiritual, you already know that we are one. We already know that, when you pass on, you transition, and, heaven and hell, blah, blah, blah. We know that. Even if you read the Bible, they tell you about heaven and hell, but you have to interpret it into the way that's correct for you. But a lot of y'all just rambling off at your mouth. And I just want, before I get out of here, man, because this is too long, but I just had to give a basis between religion and spirituality a little bit, but 5 ways to put spirituality into practice. I just want y'all to know. I mean, some of us do it every day in both religions. So, spirituality includes, spiritual practices or spiritual discipline, which may include prayer, meditation, chanting, breathing exercises, and ceremonies of rituals. Once again, prayer always comes first. So no matter how you feel, prayer always comes first. So you always gonna pray to your Most High, your God, your higher power, your God, your higher power. Just like someone that's religious, they pray to that higher power. And even in a religion, you can believe in God, but don't have to have faith in, a church. You still have that faith, but you just believe in the spirit of the Son, the Father, and the Holy Ghost. You know what I mean? So that Trinity. But prayer or meditation always comes first. They, Christianity, Islam, all that, they pray, meditate, give, live healthier, part of spirituality. That's why I got back into my juicing and stuff like that. But that's not all part of because of spirituality. But I could talk to you about that on another one. And focus on yourself. You have to focus on yourself before you can focus on others. A lot of us out here hurting other people because you can't focus on yourself. You have to put your mind in the right order before you can put your mind in the right order with someone else. Like I said, man, Talktooecon. Holler at me. See what I'm about. I'm going to keep giving y'all these hits. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. I know it's about like 24, 25 minutes, but I'm out of here. I'm going to make it short next time like I always do. But I just feel as though that Nipsey mother definitely is a spiritual woman. But she's pressuring herself for people to understand what she's going through. She reads, she's listening. And, religion is nothing but a bunch of texts to teach. And for you to become spiritual, you have to read. That's all I got to say. Talktooecon, TalkTooemcon, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, all of that. And You can also holler at me at 83 Conway on Instagram or Twitter. And follow me and my partners at Unified Radio. Unified Radio.
Yeah, bro, we in a different age nowadays. The realest missing and the clumsy listening got the people tripping. My brethren, they be really bugging, that's on God. It's time to raid the place with warrants for warnings. And the counterfeits is getting seized cause they don't fit the bill. They ain't stamped with the same seal. Too many blind to see the writings on the wall. They need that real something they can feel. They got their hands out, it's time to stand out from the knockoffs. Be authentic, be a dominate some cubics. I can almost swear I saw them on Canal Street. Man, they got a fool. Everybody claiming they can do the job, but they missing tools. They play the same song, but you got a different tune. March into your own drum. Follow your heartbeat, see? Someone hate it when you true stitch and cut from a different cloth cause they fabricated. Or so it seems, cheap vision selling bogus dreams. Elevation of the bulls, activating. That's facts, Jack Black, how everybody acting shallow now. Big bro, they wildin' out, conceited. Yeah, at the table now, prepare to place they starving fam. 100 honest, tired of the cheering of the nonsense. Though they all fans, it ain't cool, time to redecorate and, you know, make room, all love, bro. From Baltimore to Brooklyn, I put that on your Timberlands. Now the picture clear, and you focused in. Time to hop in, photobomb, talk to him, con. I talk to him, I talk to him.